go.
Hey, this is my man right here. Y'all get
Westbrook to Curry. Add 2 points to the board. He has an uncanny approach to the game.
And did you see that? His eyes are his deadliest weapon. When he steps over half court, when he looks at the rim, that naturally throws the defender off. It makes the defender lean just a little bit. And just that millisecond of you wondering what he's going to do, splash is enough for him to exploit.
Oh, here it is, here it is.
Leonard
I got him.
to Harden.
Watch Cutter.
Durant. His first effort off the mark.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Kevin Durant with the rock. To James. Here's a chance from long range. That's what the King does. James, the quick catch and shoot there for 3.
Every hero needs a good sidekick. Nice find to set up the 3.
Griffin to Paul George.
Oh, this way.
Got it.
Way to hit.
Russell Westbrook matched up with Durant. To George. Griffin goes to the left side. To Griffin. Curry. He engulfed him that time.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
The assist from number 35.
Strong finish for Paul George.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
Harden with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Paul George down to Westbrook. To Curry from long range. And Stephen Curry. We say it time and time again. Not much the defense could have done there. His instincts are unnatural. But what makes him so good given the work he's put in?
The special thing about Stephen Curry is that his entire life he has practiced great habits. A lot of players practice and get up shots, but they don't practice the right habits, and that comes with the lineage. His father, Dale Curry, making sure that he puts in the time and effort, but the proper skill with the time and effort.
To Harden. Going to launch beyond the arc. That one off the mark. It's no good. LeBron James with the block. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by LeBron James.
Shoot it.
Curry gets it to go. Coach cannot be happy with that closeout.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Leonard. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Westbrook into the front court. Up by 3. Count the bucket for 2.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to lead the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Oh, errant pass as it's taken away. Paul George, 2-4 now. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
To Westbrook. Stuffs it down with authority. The inner beast of Westbrook. Sheer determination.
I don't think anybody got the license plate on that hit and run. And there is no one, I repeat, no one in the game of basketball with the first step in the explosion of Russell Westbrook.
All lined up and ready for the jump. Antetokounmpo. 2-point shot for Curry. Brings it up. And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Jay with it.
Here we go. I got
To
ball.
Durant. Deep left corner. Harden. Wide open look. Won't go. Curry into the front court. Less than a minute to go in a tightly played first quarter. Goes to the right side. Curry. Slams it home on the putback.
And I got a chance to hear a lot of the conversation at the bench. And one of the things they called out was owning the backboards. Looks like the message is really getting through.
And look out. Big finish at the rim.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
Ah, the monster stuff.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
What are you doing?
Giannis Antetokounmpo pins it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Leonard and a whistle.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Irving. They'll take it from downtown. Let's see, Jay, if that wakes them up.
Yeah, that was a big-time three, but the most important possession is now. When you're currently in, don't focus on the next play. Don't focus on the present.
Deep three at the buzzer. That's all for this entertaining first quarter of Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. LeBron into the front court. They trail by 7. Flushes it home.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
It's Curry controlling the offense. For 3, rebounds taken down by Leonard. That is great vision to set it up. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
And when the ball gets the defense rotating from side to side, you're bound to find opportunities for each other.
Durant across the timeline. Down 3. To Harden. Durant. Over to the right side.
Switch.
Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Steph Curry matched up with Harden. To Embiid. Embiid, 2 there, won't go.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
James to Harden.
Shut up.
James Harden, 4 out of 7.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
No good. No daylight. Great defense.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss. But what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jump.
Antetokounmpo. And Harden takes in the rebound. Harden with it up top. Leads 3. Takes it coast to coast and the strong finish at the rim.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch the player create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Harden has it up the floor.
I got ball.
Whoa! What a finish! Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
Westbrook across the timeline. Down 5. Curry with the interception. Great defensive play.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Harden. That's on the side of the rim. No good. Westbrook with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Oh, Russell Westbrook. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots. You can try and body him up, but he'll still run right through you.
It's the way he attacks that makes him so dangerous. He chips off a piece of your body one possession at a time. First it's your arm, then it's your leg, and then inevitably it's your soul.
Curry with the basketball. 5-point game. To Antetokounmpo. Off the assist.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
And they call it
just a tic-tac foul.
Irving to James. LeBron James. He's now 5 for 6.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Russell Westbrook with the rock. And coasting in for 2.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Stephen Curry with a look. That's no good.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
Oh, they call the foul, Jay.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
first one, count it.
Oh, that's cash.
So he hits the first, misses the second. Westbrook into the front court. 4 points the differential as we come up on halftime. Cruises inside for two.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
I got something for him. You got to get over
Harden
that.
to Durant. Got it.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Lets it fly from long range. Oh, good offense beating good defense.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing.
Count it, and the foul. He is going to the line for a free throw.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
The free throw, good. Caps off the three-point play. The lead is 4. Irving. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. Deep three at the buzzer. We have reached halftime in what has been a compelling matchup so far. Let's get NBA Live Studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jake.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Now it's Harden controlling the offense. To Irving.
Light him up, light him up.
Durant. Not that time. He missed it.
As a team, they were on the absolute tear in the first half. But guess what happens during halftime? The defensive team makes adjustments, and it looks like it's working out.
Oh, yeah. I like
Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to lead the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
3 seconds.
My fault. My bad.
Mike Budenholzer's seen enough from this group. Here comes some changes. Here's Curry with it up top. His group now down 2. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Durant with the basketball up top. He'll run the offense. James to Durant. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's how you defend. Paul George. He's now 4 for 6.
This is why I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Chris Middleton sends it away. LeBron James, tough matchup against George. Leonard, textbook defense.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Slams it down.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Irving to Leonard. Big finish at the rim. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
To Irving. Oh, they call him for the foul.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
That's his 3rd personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Kyrie Irving lines it up for 2, cashes in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Kawhi Leonard tips it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
And the basket good at the rim.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
LeBron James with the rock. To Irving. It goes down.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Curry to bring it up. His guy's down 3. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Knocks it down from mid-range.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
On the follow. Way to stay with it.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show because that's what you're watching right now.
Curry to Middleton. George against Harden. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Free throw's good to cement the 3-point play. The lead is back down to 1. James to Leonard. Missed it. Not much more you can ask for from the defense there. Curry into the front court. His guys can get a 2 for 1 if they time this out. James into the front court. Leads just a point. Leonard buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Curry to Middleton. Whoa, Chris Middleton. Better late than never. That was his first shot, and it goes down.
Underutilized, underutilized, underutilized. Am I getting my point across? Let's see more of that.
Stuffs it down with authority. On-shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
Fourth quarter getting underway as it's Team LeBron with the ball first. We've got a one-possession game going on. This has the look of a race that's going down to the wire.
And it looked that way from the very beginning, but this is where the coaches and the best players on the floor really earn their money down the stretch. It's game time.
Kevin Durant rejects it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Kawhi Leonard swats it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Knocks it down.
And they're relentless with these long shots. It just seems like their spacing is perfect, and they come down, they know exactly where they want to be, and they're shooting the ball without hesitation.
Kawhi Leonard able to recover with the block. That's his 3rd block this evening.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Nikola Jokic sends it away.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
To Leonard. Harden. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
I remember my high school coach said, one man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
And good work defensively as the pass is taken away.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in the playoff game, it will.
To George. Kevin Durant snatching it out of the air.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
And he's going to the free throw line.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Paul George, couple of free throws on the way. He's perfect from the line so far. And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line.
Good shot.
LeBron into the front court. Lead stands at 7. Harden to James. Durant to Irving. Beyond the arc for 3. You know Kyrie, zero hesitation. Buries it for 3.
You live by the 3, you die by the 3. And guess what? They're living large right now.
Steph lets loose, unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
So deadly. Now look, part of that is God-given talent. But the other part is that ball speed combined with that handle. Oh, that's off the charts. But he always finds a way to slow himself down right before he goes into that shot.
Curry add another one to his total. That's now 7 threes for the ball game.
And the ball is finding him wherever he goes on the court. Man, that boy, he the best.
He wants it at the rim and scores.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's dead.
Curry. Message received. Well defended.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
With James Harden, muscle memory gets it to go. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Harden drains it.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Curry, shot off the mark. Good defense.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
That boy got jumped.
It's Steph at the controls. Fires the 3. Off the mark. No good. To Leonard. Great pass to set it up. And look out. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
Harden in possession. His guys up by 15. Jokic to Paul George. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Durant across the timeline. Looking to make something happen. Harden. Tough shot. He hits.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
It's that time for new blood. Mike Budenholzer makes the move to his bench. And Russell Westbrook, he can turn a game in an instant. Hits the 3 on the quick release.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
Here we go. My ball, my ball. There you go, by yourself.
James. Yes. Give the advantage to the shooter.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be...
The West got the... On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.
Let's do it.
I got you, guys.
Strong finish for Paul George.
I see this happen so much in the game. Just because a guy beats you off the dribble doesn't mean that you need to quit on the play. Stay in there, continue to be physical, even if you're behind the play.
Irving to Leonard. It's James. He can't get it to go down. It's no good. To Curry.
We out.
And the 2 for Blake Griffin. Simply put, can you build a franchise around Blake Griffin right now?
No, not right now. I think he's starting to get to the latter part of his career. I think he could be a key cog in a championship team, but just not the main guy.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
I got ball. That's me. Cut it.
Harden. They'll get it to Durant. The pass set it all up. Have we ever seen anyone like KD?
Easy answer. No, he's the greatest offensive threat we've ever seen in the game. He has a 7'5" wingspan, and he's doing things that Russell Westbrook does with the ball. We've never seen it before.
Kyrie across the timeline, trailing by 4. Durant. Well, their first 3, and they're right back in it within a possession in this first quarter.
Well, I don't want to live in the past, but if you got a couple of those to drop earlier, you could have had a nice lead. Now, we got a dogfight.
Steph Curry, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
I get tired of hearing guys say, I was there, I contested a shot. I pretty much had a hand in his face. Well, no, you have to change up the game. If a guy is right-handed, he is right-eye dominant. Get that hand over his right eye, block his vision. That'll enhance his chances of missing the shot.
Steph Curry against Harden. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Slams it down.
It's not every day that you see a 6'9", 265-pound freight train coming down the lane. You probably want to step out of the way.
Nothing going here on that drive. George to the basket, but it won't go. Durant to Irving. Gets to the basket and scores.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
George to Griffin. Nothing going here on that drive. Griffin to Adetokunbo.
2 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
5 on the shot clock. It's Steph for 2. That's usually one that he'll knock down.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Adetokunbo to George. Curling inside. Runner's good there.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
James off the iron. No good. To Paul George. Gets it in the right corner. Curry. Steph Curry looking good. 4 for 5.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender did.
Harden into the front court. Exactly a minute to go here in the opening quarter. And Kyrie Irving makes good from beyond the arc.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
Steph Curry here against Harden. Kevin Durant with a piece.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Harden to Irving.
Green light.
Fires the 3, and Kyrie Irving. Odds are he hits that 9 times out of 10. Wide open 3 is good. Jay, you've known Kyrie Irving since he was a young man growing up in New Jersey. He's overcome a lot of obstacles, chief among them staying healthy and on the floor.
Yeah, Ed, he's been battling injuries since his freshman year of college, but the beautiful thing about Kyrie Irving is that he always loves the big stage. Making the game-winning shot in Game 7, he will continue to do so when he surrounds himself with great, inspiring leaders with the likes of such Kobe Bryant.
Number 23, LeBron James.
And scores. Strong take.
I'm telling you right now, with moves like that, scoring is not going to be an issue tonight.
I got ball.
Baseline drive. Oh, emphatic slam. Deep three at the buzzer. That's all for this entertaining first quarter of the NBA All-Star Game. Jay and up. The shooting in that first quarter was white hot. It's got to be hard to think these teams can keep up that pace in the second.
If anything on this game, Ed, you have to expect the unexpected. When players have range that extend outside the gymnasium, oh, we're going to get a chance to watch something special.
Westbrook. And Durant able to clear the rebound. Harden in possession. Up by 3. Great dish to set it up and finishes strong.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
James still hasn't hit from deep in the first half. No good. Curry into the front court. Down 3. Russell Westbrook powers it through. Where did that come from?
It's like he got in an elevator and went to floor 8. And Ed, I have to say something, okay? 6'3", 6 feet, 5'11", those aren't small guys. In the big scheme of things, they're pretty tall compared to the average person in public.
I feel like you're speaking from experience.
Everyday experience, my friend. Every day.
That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. James to Harden. Blake Griffin. Huge block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Russell Westbrook rocking the rim. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
Harden with the basketball. Leads just a point. 4-3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And if you're on D right now, if you're off on the weak side, stunt towards the driver. That means fake at him. Don't overcommit. Stunt, then get back to you or stay at home. Force him to make one of those passes or force him to take a crazy shot at the rim.
Steph Curry. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
Curry, obviously the greatest shooter we've ever seen. Yeah, I said it. But he's so good at driving and using his body to shield off the contact.
And stuffs it home.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
To Curry. Trying to cash in. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Coming right back to you.
You see, the great playmakers see the shot before it ever happens. They recognize how they were being guarded on the previous set, and then they make the necessary adjustments.
Oh, you can't do that.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Harden. And this will get out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. No turnover as possession stays where it was. Kyrie Irving. Can't ask for much more. He's perfect. 5 for 5 from the field.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
George on the drive, but his shot misses. Durant with the basketball up top. Lead is 2. Kyrie Irving. It's like he's shooting into the ocean. He has not missed.
You know, and the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game. Not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
To George. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there. But see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer. Always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
Oh, whistle.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Harden to Irving. Nice pass to get things going.
And when people talk about vision, people usually talk about the vision to make the pass. But how about seeing the chaos in the traffic before the pass even occurs? That's next level vision. How can I catch people out of position defensively? That's what we saw in that last possession.
Here's James with a chance. Can't connect. Defense did its job that time.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
It's James controlling the offense. It's a big finish.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Westbrook 4 points the differential as we come up on halftime. Steph Curry, Harden's on him. Layup goes down. Well done.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Oh, straight down the middle for 2.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Kawhi Leonard with the block. Oh, a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
First one goes down. 2 for 2 on that trip. Paul George. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
2 points. Take them anywhere. way you can get him.
That's a 5-second violation. Westbrook. Shot from in close, no good.
Match up, y'all.
Paul George pins it. Goes reverse to lay it in.
Good shot, boy.
We are at halftime. What's been a hard-fought battle so far. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report.
After 2 quarters, clearly, the number 3 and
Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. Irving with the basketball. Up
Cutter.
6.
Cutter.
To James. Oh, nice find for the basket.
And it's so deflating for the defense when you pick up right exactly where you left off at halftime. That's the kind of energy you need.
He gets it.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
James stays cold from deep as he misses another one. It's no good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Durant across the timeline. His guys lead here, early stages, third quarter. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
The free throw, perfect. And the lead is up to 7. To Paul George. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Durant matched up with the two-time MVP. Kevin Durant, very efficient and making an impact. He's 3 for 3.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5" wingspan to attack the bucket.
Curry, it's no good. Shots not going down. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Good shot.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. And counted at the rim. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion, and it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance, and in their mind they do, but in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
To Griffin. Here's a chance from long range. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. LeBron with it up top. Up by 6. Nice pass to set things up. Driving right to the basket. Around the perimeter. Harden. To Durant. From long range. That's a dangerous spot. Kevin Durant wide open. He nails it.
And here's the setup, Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of threes. And that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force the defense to collapse to kick out for, guess what, another one.
Shoot it.
Durant had made his first couple, but he misses there. To Westbrook. Kevin Durant sends it away.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Throws it down.
I know there's that old carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
And count the basket.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there is a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
And Stephen Curry, we say it time and time again, not much the defense could have done there. It's in the hands of Harden.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what court awareness.
And Kawhi Leonard, good on the quick release there.
And this squad just continues to light it up from long range. One of the things I learned about teams like this, teams that fall in love with a three-point shot, as quickly as they built the lead, is as quickly as they can lose it if they're over-reliant on the three-point shot.
Here's Irving into the front court. Less than a minute to go in this third quarter.
Ah, man, my fault, my fault.
Hits the free throw. Harden against the former MVP. To Leonard. Harden. Leonard buries it on the catch and shoot.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those three things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
Oh, not a good pass there. That's a turnover. Westbrook to George.
Shut up.
Yes, it drops. Little drama on that one.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Oh, look out. Blake Griffin. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
I got ball.
This for the tie. Fourth quarter getting underway as it's Team LeBron with the ball first. We've got a one-possession game going on. This has the look of a race that's going down to the wire.
And it looked that way from the very beginning, but this is where the coaches and the best players on the floor really earn their money. Down the stretch, it's game time.
Kyrie with the rock.
I got ball. I'm here.
Block up. Here
To
you go.
Leonard. Irving with the interception.
Neck and neck, they couldn't get anything on that possession. Let's see if we can get a bucket in transition.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball 101. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Rocking the rim.
It has been. The passing has been great, but the precision of the passing has been next level. Every pass has been delivered right in the pocket, ready for the player to either shoot or dunk the ball.
And a throwdown.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
All George to Westbrook. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Durant with the basketball up top. His group now down 2. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
When things click, they click. That's good offense right there.
George, tough matchup against Durant. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. Westbrook to Griffin. Gets it in the right corner. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
George. It's James Harden once again. And a whistle.
Welcome to New Age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
James Harden. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Irving into the front court. His guys now trailing by a point. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
To Griffin. Count the basket inside.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
It's Harden. Brings the ball up.
Flash him, bump him, bump him, bump him.
To James.
2 minutes left in the
Calls out of bounds. Last touch by LeBron James.
That's important.
Curry with the basketball.
Stop the ball.
Leads one. To Griffin. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way.
Hey, give mine. I got yours.
And finishes strong.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
And breaks it up.
From a guy who's been there before, tomorrow morning you'll wake up and you would have wished this was a bad dream. But in reality, all you can do is knock the cobwebs off and let it fuel you for tomorrow.
Curry with the ball. Going to launch beyond the arc. Second effort. Oh, working hard there. Collects the rebound and gets it back up for the slam. Where did that come from?
It's like he got in an elevator and went to floor 8. And Ed, I have to say something, okay? 6'3", 6 feet, 5'11", those aren't small guys. In the big scheme of things, they're pretty tall compared to the average person in public.
I feel like you're speaking from experience.
Everyday experience, my friend. Every day.
And scores.
Why not? Russell Westbrook is the only guy stopping Russell Westbrook. And when he decides to put his head down and go to the rim, he's going to the rim. It's that easy.
Harden gets it in the left corner. For three, trying for a 30-point night, but it's no good. To Westbrook. Oh, ferocious slam inside.
Ed, did you see what this pass just did? Now it encourages his teammates to move with more sense of urgency because they understand that next time down the court, they might be on the receiving end of that pass.
Here's Curry with it up top. Ball even here in the fourth. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Stephen Curry at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 90% at the line. Missed it at the line. To Harden. Lets it fly from long range. That's off the side of the rim, short. Westbrook into the front court. Leads a bucket. Slam dunk, Russell Westbrook.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
Now their head coach signals for a timeout. They'll regroup before the action continues. Harden to James. Blake Griffin tips it. Irving. Taken down by Giannis.
Everybody pick up, Dia.
Strong finish for Paul George.
I don't think I could do that on the 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. We get a whistle and a timeout as they will get together and talk things over. Harden matched up with Paul George. Durant. Antetokounmpo, the rebound. Deep three at the buzzer.
The East All-Stars emerged victorious after a tight finish. I could get into detail about their play calling and shot selection, but let's be honest. We all know that this has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.